Hey, how's it going? So I'm starting a new challenge series where essentially it's called Build It with AI, or Build It with Claude Code, or Build It with Codex, Build It with whatever AI tool that I want to challenge myself to build with. Now, another aspect of this particular series, it's really to explore like functions. Maybe it's a data scientist, a designer, maybe it's a PM or a finance. Whatever the function is, I want to try to challenge myself to do that function using AI tools. Now, personally, I think you could do almost everything with Claude Code these days, so this might just turn into Build It with Claude Code as like an entire series. But I actually anticipate that I'm going to be ending up using a ton of different tools. Now, the rules are simple. I'll have 1 hour to do some function or some task. And in this video, we're gonna tackle designers. Can I become a successful designer using various AI tools to design maybe like a mobile app or even like a marketing website to promote some new thing that I'll come up with in this particular design. In the future, I'll be taking suggestions from you guys, so feel free to comment below on what kind of function and tools I should try in this series. So let's get right into it with hopefully my editor can add the timer here.
Okay.
But yeah, let's get right into it. So one thing I'm thinking that would be really fun to do is to maybe make a marketing page. Let's do two things. I want to make a new app, probably for a different challenge. And one idea I had was a clipboard management app. So a while ago, I ran actually kind of like a deep research on a clipboard app. And what a clipboard management app is something like this. I'll show you guys. So this app is called Paste, and it's beautiful. It's great. The only thing is you have to pay for it to do anything worthwhile. But the idea is you can copy things, and then the copy thing lives longer. So you could and it syncs between computers, and you could look at it over time. So I thought this would be a really fun project to design and build myself so I don't have to pay for it. So let's do the challenge to design this. And then maybe we'll also make a marketing page for this. And then on the follow-up video, we'll actually go ahead and build this. But this video, we're just gonna do the design because I'm a designer in this video. I usually love to start with kind of a deep research, and this just gives me a bunch of things to work with. I don't really read all of this. I kind of just skim it, but it gives me kind of like a fundamental building block for my work. So let's go here. Now, one of the things that I want to do for designing wise, I like to start from colors and try to get some inspiration. So I really like to go to Pinterest or Dribbble and 21st Dev. These are really good websites. In my opinion. So for Pinterest, I'm kind of looking for maybe something sketchy. So something like this feels kind of interesting. The whole idea here that I'm trying to have is that I want it to feel kind of oh, this is really cool. It should feel kind of sketchy because it's a clipboard, right? I'm clipping things. And I think I might name the app Clippy. But yeah, so I kind of like some of these very sketch and I would almost call it Notion I think Notion is famous for these kind of art styles. So the important thing right now is to find good references. And what designers would call this is creating a mood board or of some sort. I'm not making the mood board right now. I'm just kind of looking. And then for colors, I'll come back to colors later, but fundamentally, I like this sketch style. I'm kind of liking this look overall, except for I don't like the arms here. Okay, this is cool. Okay, I feel like I could keep doing this forever. I kind of like this. Let me save this real quick. And then let's just go here. How would this look? Let's use some image creation. And how would this look if this art style was in a phone, like an app? Okay, so I'm generating some images. Usually when I do this, something like this, I like to run it in both. So let's download this in Markdown. So right now I'm gonna do the same, essentially give the same context in Gemini and then generate an image essentially. What would this app look like if I was using the deep research on the right and then also just kind of leveraging the image on the left as like a theme for the app. Just a reminder, I started around like little over 11, so it's been like 10 minutes already, I think. Make me an image of a few of these screens. All right, this is kind of cool. It's a little like messy, I feel like. Can you make this a little bit more modern and like the sketch should be a little bit like toned down? This sucked. I think this is much better. I like this kind of overall like style. I think we'll go with this probably. Can you write me a PRD with the exact screens that we want for this project, this iPhone app? And also give me like kind of the color scheme, the design system. Essentially, we're going to take this and pass it into our AI designer. And it's going to generate our entire design system and designs for the screens. One thing about AI is I really dislike all these emojis. I think initially it was really cool, but these days I don't think it's that great. So while that's going, I'm going to explain kind of the next steps. So obviously if I'm actually doing a PRD, I would spend a lot more time like reading all of this and going back and forth and taking time. But for this video challenge, we're just going to kind of go with what the AI is giving us. And this to me is very cool. It's very not standard. I'm pretty sure it's going to have a hard time doing this. So I'm going to actually have it like do an iteration to make it follow like more iOS standards. Let's try one more time. Okay, overall it's really great, but I need this to work really well with like Swift UI. So can you look at like the modern Swift UI best practices and then keep as much as we can from the original like sketch like effect, but we want to make sure it works well with like Swift UI. Okay, so while that goes, let's go ahead and copy all of the markdown. It's a design, and we're gonna start using Pencil. Now, this is Pencil. Pencil is, in my opinion, one of the better AI like Figma replacements that I've tried. It's really good, to be honest. I like really enjoy using it. I think the benefit is that like, I don't know, it has like visual cues that when you're you'll see like when the MCP is like using various elements of it, it will actually like start drawing things out and highlighting things that is moving. And it just feels like it just works a lot better. All right, I'm gonna give you a PRD. I want you to systematically use like multiple agents to create me a design system and various screens for this clipboard management app. Okay, and then I'll paste in the entire thing. So like, I don't do this all the time. The way I usually do it is I'll take time and like do one parts at a time, but I only have an hour and it's already been like 15 minutes or something. I don't know. So here it goes. So while that is going, we will take a look at, okay, Gemini really failed on us today. Okay, this is, I think, much better. It's less sketchy. Like you can kind of see the iterations. Like it's like really sketchy. But you know, this is my favorite. So I'm gonna like save this as example. I need better names. But yeah, this might work, but I don't really like it, to be honest. I like this one much more. So the second iteration is what I'm gonna try. Oh, okay. So here it is. It's going. You see that? You see how it like move? It's so cool to me when I see this stuff. I can just watch these kind of things for hours. It's so cool. So it looks like it didn't start with the design system, but it's designing like the various like scenes. And after it finishes, I'll probably, it feels like there's like some bug right now, visual bug right now. But yeah, I'll let that go. And then while that's going, I'm going to just get the Xcode project started. Okay, so I'm going to open a new Xcode, create a new project, let's make this Clippy. Okay, so we have a base one going. All right, we'll start the emulator here. I just like doing this. I think I could use AI to create all of this, but for Xcode, I just like to create the boilerplate project and then just like point Claude Code to it, essentially. All right, so here is the base app going right here. Now I don't really need this anymore. Okay, there's definitely something wrong here. So I'm gonna just like restart it after it finishes. But while that goes, let's get Clippy going. So we're in here, Clippy, it looks like it's going. While this is going, I'm gonna just give it a reference, say, can you try to make the designs more sketch, like a sketch aesthetic like this? Okay, so I'll give that going. And then I'm gonna start Claude here. So let's get started here. So it looks like it is like designing a bunch of stuff. It's taking some time to do it. I feel like there's something wrong with this as well. All right, it's rebuilding it now. I think it's actually working. I think some of the slight sketchiness, like sketch feeling, if you see the reference image, it's kind of taking a lot of the elements, like this little thing. But obviously it's not like really perfect. That's kind of the key. But I kind of prefer this. I was actually imagining something like this. I don't really know if it will be able to do these things. That's kind of the issue with like Figma. Like from an image, from a concept, like this looks very nice, but from a real app, there's not many like common apps that are built like this one on the right side. I think a really good engineer can build it, but it's like hard to build it. One example is like this round border. It's not actually rounded. So that means has to be like a custom rounded border, like a SVG thing. So all of these are nice to look at, but it's actually not nice. The only other way would be like you drawing it like manually, but then it wouldn't like resize, right? Okay. So it looks like it's going. I think I like this. So one thing I wanted it to do like correctly is when we have images, I wanted to like show the image as well. And then this is like the text and stuff and links. I want like rich rendering essentially. This part I might want to change a little bit. I really don't like the colors for this. Let's go find better color schemes. So I like to use this website called Colors, but yeah, it generates colors. I don't really like to use that. I just like, I like to try to find good color palettes. Right now, I'm just looking for things that like look good for me. Just like a palette that just stands out and that's good. Like this is pretty good. This is interesting. I want something like bold as one of like the main colors. What reminds you guys of like copying? What color does copying remind you of? Clippy. Clippy. This is kind of cool. Maybe a really, oh, maybe this yellow. I like this yellow. Bold yellow. Yeah. Clippy reminds me of gray and yellow. So this is gonna be our color scheme now. Can you change the color scheme to be this bold yellow and black with some gray, I guess, and white? You see this right here? This little bar, in my opinion, is the new M dashes. This is like hallmark of AI coded M dashes. You can tell that it's AI coded. Overall, I'm not like liking these designs at all. So we're gonna try something interesting. Hey, overall, I think the designs are not very good. The colors are very weird and off. Can you go online and do some research on color theory and also iOS best practices for Swift UI and then make changes to the designs? Also, I think you should build a design system so that we can reference it so we have consistent components throughout the app. For example, in the search view, the tabs are just different from the other views. It's like square rather than like a circle. One thing I realize about these AI challenges is that I'm going to be doing a lot of waiting around unless I'm doing things actively like at the same time. I guess that's one thing about designers, right? Like since you're working on one thing, I don't know how much you can like multitask. I guess I could always like create another chat here and then like start working on it. Maybe here, just say something like, hey, I want to start making a marketing page for this clipboard app called Clippy. Can you start creating me a mood board for this and like a idea for marketing page? And then maybe here we can say the settings page that black background is really off. Can you fix that? Okay, and then maybe one more chat, and then we'll say in the pinned views, the left bars, the yellow bars are really off. They're like not aligned. Just do a visual review of that. It should be curved with the rounded borders. Okay, this is much better. I'm just like kind of doing this all at once. Let me just go to ChatGPT real quick and say, can you do a deep research on Clippy and clipboard like marketing materials? I'm trying to get some ideas for marketing this app. Okay, so while that's going, we'll go back. Okay, cool. It's building the page out. Let's take a look at this again. Okay, I'm allowing this. Okay, I have a bunch of agents doing a bunch of stuff. So this is what I mean. I really like this pencil app because it just like fundamentally allows you to do like a bunch of things all at once. It's as if you have like a bunch of people actually working on things. Do you think the color scheme is a little too aggressive? I don't really know how I feel about this. Give me a black and yellow color scheme. Yeah, I like this. Okay, my agents are gonna be mad at me because I'm keep constantly changing it, but I could say, hey, can you go through the entire app? But first, let's make a color scheme like design system using these colors, and then fix the entire app with these colors. Here, I wanna say, hey, can you use SVG to design me an icon for Clippy? Okay, so here's the mood board. Okay, so here's some of the color scheme. I think it will fix all of this. I like this, the abstract gold shapes. One feedback about this pencil app is they need a better way for me to manage these. Technically, I could probably just use Claude Code to do this, but since I'm here, I'll just do this. One thing I like to also do is give it this website, like 21st, and then I'll just like tell it to go and find great elements in here. Right, in this marketing page thing, I'm gonna say, hey, go and check out this website. It has really good like web components. I want you to use this to make our marketing page really shine. All right, so let's take a look at this. So it fixed this sort of. I still feel like it's not that great. The search view really sucks and it doesn't really align with all the other pages. Can you take a pass and fix that? Overall, the app feels pretty bland. Like, I don't know what it is, but it feels pretty bland. The black on the copy is like really bold. I feel it's a little off. Being a role of a graphic designer and then really keeping an eye for colors and how these things should be like laid out. Can you do a pass and grade it and then just make some changes? I forgot I told it to go do some Clippy stuff over here. It's doing a bunch of stuff. And the point of all of these things that I'm doing right now is like, I'm moving very quickly. So the concept that I'm doing right now is I'm moving very quickly and I'm iterating on a bunch of things. And then I'm just like, as I'm noticing things, I'm just like telling all of these AI agents to fix. And then giving more reference materials for the agents to be able to do these various things. The goal is to get to a point where I'll do a bunch of iterations and then I will have something that I can like code. Now, the reason why you want to do all of this stuff in something like Pencil rather than in code is because it's much more expensive and it takes longer to do it in code. So that's why you want to do it in something like this. Okay, this is looking a little bit more interesting, I would say. The colors are a little off, but it's like working on. Oh, I like this black. Okay, take a look at the marketing page that we created. And you see that image with like the Clippy? It's like dark themed. Can we make all of our app dark theme? I think it will make it look much better. It's recreating it. Okay. Can you imagine like being an engineer where you're just like constantly changing ideas? So much churn. But honestly, this is like kind of the beauty of it. You can have like endless like iterations and just like idea generations, and you're able to do these very quickly. Okay, so we're right around time. I didn't get that far, but you know, I only had an hour to do this. But high level, we kind of started a design system. I don't think this is complete. So I feel like the design system is not complete. Can you make sure it's fully built? And there's some like visual bugs. like the rounded corner on the yellow bar for the pinned clip content here. But yeah, high level, it's kind of getting there. Can you take a look at the pinned views? The left like bar is wrong. I would also like code to have like a code snippet rather than just like raw text. And then I would love to have some image examples as well for the copy. All right, so we're almost there. It's about an hour. I'm not completely done with all of this, but I think I'm getting to a point where I kind of like where we're going with this. I think after all of this, I might actually change everything to like dark mode based on this image that I saw right here. It's pretty cool. I kind of like this more than like what we have right now, but at a high level, we were able to design like a few screens, like the clipboards, the pinning behavior, search, and then being able to copy essentially. And then there's like a nav bar down here. We have like a mood board. There's some interesting things here that I didn't have time to explore, like gold. I think gold is like a really interesting, I don't know. I would actually might use gold as an element. Some of the colors I feel like are pretty good. I like it, but it's not my favorite. But this marketing page was pretty good, I feel. Using 21st Dev, well, what's going on here? The AI agents are going crazy right now. But yeah, using the 21st Dev, it really adds kind of a, in my opinion, it allows the AI to be a little bit more creative. And then if you just have Claude Code or like these tools just generate like default websites, it will all look the same. So that's why you want to give it like reference material like 21st Dev. And then it makes the websites look a little bit more like, in my opinion, more polished and a little bit more unique. And yeah, this is pretty good. I feel like it has like some good blurs. I'll probably iterate a lot more if I were to actually build this, but I could see this as like a great start for like a little website. Nice. Okay, so it fixed the little bar thing, added images. I still don't see the code snippet here, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Hey, for the design tokens, for colors, never show the hex, but show like a square color. That would be really cool. Can you update that in the search view? I just can't help myself. But yeah, it's exactly about an hour or so. This is my attempt at being a designer in the AI native world. My high level take right now is that the designs that, you know, Pencil AI creates or Claude Code creates, it's pretty generic in my opinion. Like these are things that you will see in almost every app. I feel like you need to like keep pushing it. Like for example, this design thing, I like this. It still needs a lot of work, but I like the idea of it. But it requires me to further dive in and prompt it a little bit more strategically. But if you just ask it to like make something, it will just use the most basic default looking apps. But I think you have the tools here to be able to kind of like push it, you know, like these little lines, the little pins. I mean, it's ugly right now, but it's not something that you will see normally. So fundamentally, I feel like if you are a solo entrepreneur and you're trying to build something, if you're just an engineer, I think you could get really far using something just like Pencil or even like Figma to be able to design your own apps. As long as you have an idea and you can articulate it, then you could get really far. Now, of course, I'm not a designer, so I feel like there's something off about these colors, but you know, it's better than if I were to do this manually on my own. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, Build It with AI. I feel like I did a pretty good job. I think this is somewhat successful in my opinion. I could probably take this and build this. Again, the colors are a little off. I will probably do another pass on colors, maybe even just do this dark mode. But overall, I'm pretty happy with what we created so far. But anyways, let me know in the comments below what you want me to tackle next, what job function, what tool you want me to cover, what challenge you want me to do in the next video. And if you like these kind of videos, check out my Claude Code videos or my agentic AI videos. I have a bunch of like videos around AI and software engineering. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And until I see you guys on the next one, bye.